Here we have a video by the Right Wing Watch. It's a clip of Charlie Kirk on the Turning Point USA talking with somebody else. Um, it's their short take on the stimulus package and what will happen.
And they're already talking about another stimulus. And look, here's the long and short of it is that middle America, real small business relief, the best stimulus they could have, Michael, is the green light to go back to work.
Of
I mean, that's
course,
what they
of
want.
course.
And so I understand it's not that simple. And I understand there's, all sorts of competing data and all that sort of stuff. However, I am of the opinion, like, hey, posting a $4 trillion deficit, that should be something that should be deliberated so thoughtfully and critiqued so carefully, not jammed through and passed in what I consider with some of the most egregious waste that I've seen in a bill in the history of the U.S. Congress.
And
Okay, so he's calling this bill a waste, and that they should have taken their time to decide what to put into the bill. Though I'm just questioning what parts of the bill is he thinking is a waste? The part of the bill that is there to help the poor, or the part of the bill that is there to help the rich? Because I can, I would bet any amount of money that he's talking about anything that helps the poor is to be a waste.
what's so scary here for conservatives is the precedent. Because listen, I'm fairly amenable to the bill. I can get behind a lot of aspects of it, but the sticking point for me.
You're more amenable than me, but finish.
I know I'm probably more amenable to it than you are, but the sticking point for me is we are now setting the precedent of the government on a massive scale sending direct checks to people because of a time of crisis.
So his only problem with the stimulus bill is that it's sending money directly to the citizens, and it's in a time of crisis. So this guy would rather see people not get money and help, or he would prefer it to go through some kind of middleman first and then sent to the payment, and then sent to the people. Because whenever government does something, that's bad. But whenever private corporations does something, that's good.
Well, look, maybe this is a serious crisis, at least for next.
Oh, yes, this is a real crisis. He was trying to say, oh, maybe this is real? Yes, this is real, dude.
Economic one, but what about the next time?
Yeah, but Michael, I mean, Medicare.
What about the next time? Well, we'll either hopefully have a better, more prepared health system, or, well, this system's gonna fall.
For all costs $32 trillion, but not $32 trillion a year.
That's right.
That number that Bernie said was over 10 years. So now we set a precedent that $3 trillion a year for Medicare for all is not that much.
Yeah.
No, it's not that much. Consider how much money that the United States spends on going to war, tax breaks for the rich, and various other things that are actually, for the most part, very wasteful. Like, the amount of money spent on the military budget outweighs anything else the United States government spends on. So yeah, we could definitely cut the budget on that and use that money for healthcare. And yeah, Charlie Kirk is worried that the stimulus packages will show people that, yeah, we could actually have probably a better way of life where people have more time at home, they have better pay, and various other things. And that's not what he wants. This is kind of the mindset of most talking pundits of conservatives. They dislike the idea of poor people actually getting any kind of help and rising up anywhere, and because they just want to see majority of the people poor so that they can be the rich ones making all the decisions.
In
I know.
fact, it's perfectly affordable. But UBI, why not do it every quarter?
Why
do it
not?
every month? And now the smart Alex that always come in my podcast feed are going to say, well, Charlie, that's a slippery slope argument. Okay.
Technically it is, but what would be wrong with the UBI? The state of Alaska does something similar. Every year or every certain amount of time, you get $1,000 check. And they get this money because they created a hedge fund where they put some of the profits of the oil they sell into the hedge fund, and the citizens get a little bit of that. Um, it wouldn't be hard to have various profits that the government makes off of resources or whatever it sells, and give a little bit back of a little bit of that back to the citizens, because all the resources of America belongs to every American.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm asking you the question, why won't it happen? So, and no one has a thoughtful answer. So,
Also, slippery slope arguments are good. People sometimes forget this because they say, oh, you're just talking about a slippery slope. Like, yeah, well, everything conservatives have been warning about on the slippery slope over the last 30 years has happened.
True.
Everything in the past 30 years, all the slippery slope arguments that conservatives have made have come true. Now, if that statement was actually true, then Obama would have made the United States follow Sharia law, as well as taken all guns from Republicans and everybody else. And various other things like what happened to people marrying their dogs if people of the LGBTQ community could be allowed to marry. It seems like what he is saying is bold-faced lie, and the fact that he's actually laughing when he says that slippery slope arguments are good shows the fact that he knows that he's lying, and he can't even keep a straight face. Peace out, everyone.